Hello and welcome to episode 116 of 15K plus random movie reviews. This is Colin.
This is Niall.
This is random movie 14,081. It's Hellbound: Hellraiser from 1988. Interesting that they put Hellbound first and not Hellraiser 2 first.
I know, because you usually want to have brand recognition, franchise recognition, and they decided,
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. So it runs for 93 minutes, directed by Tony Randel, who wrote Hellraiser 3 and also moved into kids' TV after that. He directed Power Rangers in Space. Muppets in Space. Writer was Peter Atkins, based on a story by Clive Barker, who also derived Candyman. Budget, approximately £3 million. Box office gross worldwide, $12.1 million. I think this got the green light when they're even just wrapping up Hellraiser 1. They were like,
they started straight away into it. Like it's released a year after, I think.
Yes. Was nominated for Saturn Awards for Best Horror Film and Best Supporting Actress for Claire Higgins, who plays Julia, who was in the first movie. And it won Best Music for
she got Best score. Supporting Actress.
She was nominated.
That's a bit of a slap in the face, though. Isn't she the primary?
It's the Saturn Awards. True, actually. She is the primary.
Who's the main actress, then?
Yeah, exactly.
Julia?
Kirsty.
Oh, shit. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, she's the main
She's
protagonist.
I misplaced both those.
Yeah. So I went into this wondering, should I read a synopsis of Hellraiser 1? But no, they do it for us in the first.
I was really annoyed because I spent half an hour before watching the movie watching some asshole going through the history of Hellraiser. So I could get... Because I was like, I can't remember the first one. Actually, I don't think I've actually seen the first one. I think I've seen part of 4 or something when I was drunk.
The only way.
I spent the time, I did the work, and everything I learned in the video was exposed in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What a dick move.
I was happy. It was very full on and very quick, but I didn't really know what was going on. But later on in the movie, she actually retells it again. When she's saying, I'm not crazy. Here's what happened.
Here you go.
Frank, Julia, my dad. Frank.
My dad is Frank, but Frank is my dad, but he's not my dad. He's wearing his face
off. Yeah.
There was a lot of that in this movie.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
They really... So this movie... Listen, I didn't like it. It's Hellraiser 2. I didn't hate it. I thought the monsters were quite clever and humorous. And
I like Pinhead's crew.
I love the Cenobites. I really love Chatterer. He's great. Yeah,
he is. And I like the guy with the sunglasses. He's awesome. I can't remember what to call him.
No, but I love them. But to be honest with you, Pinhead doesn't really play much of a role. He's not the main.
You need the main bad guy.
He kind of talks. I didn't think he would talk as normally as that. He should talk more evil. But Dr. Channard is the evil dude in this movie.
Of death.
Duck, yeah. Quack. The quack.
The duck of death. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Pinhead's very personable. It's like...
He seems like a nice bloke. Like, you wouldn't mind having a chat. Wouldn't maybe go for a pint?
Fancy a pint? Okay, I don't know how to drink this. Fucking pins in the way.
Anybody got a straw?
Yeah, straw, please. Yeah.
Poor Pinhead.
Don't give him another pint, it might raise hell.
Oh, yes.
Fuck yeah. So, what happened you've spent enough time reviewing or looking over Hellraiser 1, then what happened in Hellraiser 1 without spending 10 minutes on it?
Some crap about her dad cheating on the mom, but he's got a new wife or something, and then she's going out with his brother called Frank. Frank's her dad's uncle, yeah.
Her dad's brother?
Yeah.
Right, her uncle. Kirsty's uncle,
sorry, yes.
Yeah.
And then there's a cube that some dude finds. Oh,
yeah, who finds it?
Frank finds it, brings it home,
okay,
solves it, and goes to hell. And then the dad comes in and cuts his hand, and then that reincarnates Frank somehow through the floorboards. I actually quite like the effect
the floorboards.
But that's what it looked like.
Right.
Frank eats the dad, puts his head on him, Face
Right. The
on.
face off, on. Which
Uh,
Kirsty explains later on,
she
so that's
does.
fine.
And there's some stabbing.
Yes. Frank stabs Julia by mistake.
Yeah,
But
but
who's
he's not.
Julia? Is
Julia is
Frank Kirsty's dad's lover?
stepmom, I think.
Oh, right. Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
stab. He's like, sorry, but I don't really care. Stab.
Yeah, what does he say? Something about something babe or something, because
Sorry
she
about
repeats
this,
it to
babe.
him.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal, babe. Yeah, because she says it to him in this movie.
Yeah. She says it later on.
Right back at you.
And
That's fine.
stuff. Pinhead tries to get them all, and the main girl, Kirsty, does a deal with Pinhead to send Frank back to hell.
Yeah.
The end.
So the only difference between this one and the first one is they don't use floorboards; they use a mattress. In this one,
it was probably easier to use a mattress.
Very
You hide in the
Nightmare on Elm
mattress.
Street. Yeah. Very Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, sometimes the effects were quite good. Sometimes they were terrible. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but
It is 1988.
88, yeah.
Yeah, so what do you expect?
So a bunch of evil Rubik's cubes, basically. That's what I put down in my notes.
Yeah. You don't want to solve those fuckers, which would keep me safe, to be honest.
Yeah, I've never solved a Rubik's cube.
I'm not going to now after seeing this.
I think exactly. My brother and I used to just take the colored squares and like you would never solve them then, because
I have solved a Rubik's cube once, but I had to watch a video and I had to watch it in extreme effort detail. That was like, right, done.
Hell didn't open up after you did.
No, it must have been a cheap knockoff the Rubik's cube.
Yeah, Aldi, Boobix, Boob. So actually, after the titles roll, we actually do get another exposition. We could get quite a few expositions, probably fan service in this movie. Yeah. We get to know who Pinhead is at the start. It's some guy in the Boer War. It looks like he's in the Boer War or something.
He's seen some crap. He's messed up. He finds his cube and he solves the cube puzzle, which was a kind of a mistake, buddy.
Yeah. So he becomes Pinhead and he goes through the process of putting pins in his head. Pinification. So we drop back to current day, and Kirsty it's just immediately following up after the shit from the first movie where everybody is killed and everything. Her dad has disappeared in hell or whatever, and she's in the psych ward.
Yeah, cop drops her off to have a bit of a conversation, which is kind of irrelevant. Yeah.
I like the way that the cops are still in the house investigating, and he shoots a skeleton. It's like when he gets scared.
Pop.
Yeah, I thought when he's going to open up the clothes basket, a cat would come out or anything, but actually, no, it's a maggot-covered corpse.
I kind of like that, actually. It wasn't the trope of get the jump scare cat. Yeah. It was corpse.
It was corpse.
He's like, Christ, that's horrible.
I will say that this movie it comes across as just a disjointed set of scenes that the creator or the writer or the director came up with and just said, these are awesome ideas. Let's just put them in a sequence that basically makes no sense or any sense.
Yeah.
It just felt like there was just, okay, scene.
These are the things we have to do.
Yeah. He's going to have his head sucked on by a big fucking claw at the end and be carried around.
Reasons.
Yes. So.
Because he's a Cenoobite or a Cenobite.
He's a Cenobite, yeah. So we do get introduced to Dr. Channard. He's the lead doctor of the psych ward, and he's
he has a monologue while he's drilling into somebody's brain. So that kind of sets the scene and sets his Cenobite evolution later on.
He wants to be something evil.
Yes, I think he's already something evil, though, considering what's in the basement.
Yes, yeah. Kyle, his second in command, he comes across as nice at the start, so you'd think, he's going to help.
Have you seen him before?
What's he in, Kyle? Let me see.
Lieutenant.
Oh, no. Oh, in Aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gorman, I think. Lieutenant Gorman.
Something like that, yeah. There's always a link back to Aliens somehow.
Damn right.
Every movie should have a link to Aliens.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
do have a girl next door called Tiffany who likes to solve puzzles.
Yeah, I feel like she's just in there for the crack.
Yeah. Kirsty does get. There's a good scene. It's a good scene where Kirsty tries to go to sleep, and I am in hell, help me. And it's a big red skeleton, muscled, sinewy
she thinks
thing.
it's her dad trying to get out.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's a good move. Good move, Frank. Oh.
It's a good move, Frank. Frankly, my dear,
I'm impressed.
Yeah. So yeah, as you said, Dr. Cranen is an evil mofo, and he has a maintenance level full of tortured souls, basically.
Yeah, people who have been sent to the institute to get better, and he just experiments on them because he's a nice chap, really. At heart.
And Kyle hears Dr. Channard saying, "I want that bloody mattress.
I want that bloody mattress.
I want that bloody mattress. I want that mattress because I don't know." And he said,
but don't bring it to the
house.
hospital. Bring it to the house, round the back, nice and slow.
Let me repeat myself, to the house.
To the house. Don't let anybody see this, and I hope nobody's listening.
Yeah, Kirsty had said previously, destroy the mattress. So Dr. Channard's going, yoinks, I'll have some of that.
I like this. It's very convenient for Dr. Channard that his life's work turns up into his institute and reads a story, telling him exactly what he needs to know for it.
Julia died on the mattress in the first movie.
She certainly did. She got chained up and ripped to pieces.
Yeah, so Kyle decides he wants to break into to the doctor's house for some reason. I don't know really. He wanted, I don't know.
He heard about the mattress. And he's like, what the hell is this chap doing?
Yeah.
I've worked with this guy for years. I think I'll break into his house.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is weird. Yes. Yeah, so he sees the Boer War scrapbook of the soldier and
cubes, and then he goes into the back room and he sees the mattress, and he's like, that's very interesting. But Doc comes home
with one of the guys from the maintenance level. Get them off me, person. And this time we see POV from his angle that it's all maggots crawling all over him.
It's a nice shot, actually. I think it's good. Yeah,
it's decent. Yeah, but he gives him a scalpel and he goes to work on his body.
It's a cutthroat razor, even better.
Oh yeah, cutthroat razor. Yeah, and he lies down in the mattress and suddenly we get a
blood.
Julie appears. Hello, Chuck.
Gives a hug.
Gives a hug.
Yeah.
No. Don't run away. Give me another hug.
Yeah, indeed. Gives a snog. It's a snog that does him in.
And also the reach around.
Oh, into the back of the skull.
Back of the neck.
Yeah, that was. I kind of like that. It was awful.
It's part of the process. They do it multiple times. I love the way Kyle just sidesteps out, going, "Oh fucking hell, I'm out of here."
Yeah,
and also Doctor closes the door. Once all this shit is happening, he just kind of goes, "Oh, I think I'll close the door." Not that he lives with anybody, though.
Yeah, it was an interesting move, but he does it anyway. It's very deliberate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's a massive, crazy scene where Julia comes out. She's in this full-on muscle and sinew bodysuit, basically. Flayed, yeah, like Ramsay Bolton, the Boltons in Game of Thrones.
At this point, like, she asks for help and she snogs a doctor and stuff. It's kind of weird.
It's a weird scene.
It's a very weird scene. She gets
but it's good.
Bandages. It's creepy. I think intentionally. It's creepy. Yeah. But I write down at this point, because at the end of the second movie, and she mentions at the start of this movie, Kirsty has a boyfriend. Why doesn't she drop him a line and say, weird shit's happening. Can you come over?
She does?
She does at the end of it, yeah. And the policeman says,
"Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, by the way, your boyfriend's been let go. He's fine."
Yeah, give him a call. Hey, mate. You know what happened?
All the shit's kicking off again. Can you give me a hand? I'll use this poor schmuck here instead.
Yeah, Tiffany, the mute psych girl.
Yeah,
yeah, but no, it's interesting. But anyway, this scene with Julia as the flayed woman. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. I think it would be creepier in '88. I don't think it's creepy now, but it is creepy looking with her eyeballs.
There's nothing scary in this movie for
no
at all.
No, I was never waiting for a jump scare. I was watching it quite comfortably. And I don't really like jump scares anyway. So
this is as scary as I want it.
Obviously I can certainly yes, but I can certainly see how fans really loved Pinhead and the Cenobites because I really liked them as characters.
There's almost a certain campness about them, and I kind of appreciate that. It's
like
they got the crew,
Pinhead,
the
crew. Pinhead and the lady Cenobite is cool too. She's kind of got this little tracheotomy happening or whatever you call it. It's open
she looks happy.
She's quite content.
And the guy with the big smile, he's definitely happy.
Yeah, Chatterer. I love Chatterer.
He's cool.
I must get a statue of him or something. He's kind of. I'd seen him before. I think he's good. He's a good character. But yeah, Pinhead doesn't really do much in the movie, I don't think.
No.
And what he does do, he's chatting with Kirsty a couple of times. All right, love, see you again. We're playing some games this time.
Oh, coming to get you in a minute. Not going to bother now. Get you in a minute.
Let's play. You've got all eternity to figure it all out.
That's quite nice of him. We'll give you a few minutes. We're going to have a chat first.
Yeah. Anyway, this whole Julia scene is quite good, and she's basically playing home with Dr. Channard now, and he's wrapping her up like a mummy. And at the meantime, Kyle heads back and goes to Kirsty. Yeah, you're not insane. Let's and she goes, I'm going to his house to save my dad.
You're an idiot.
Yes.
I'm going to say that about her a few times in this movie.
She wants her dad, and she's been through the ringer.
Yeah, your dad was killed, Kirsty. Your dad was killed.
Yeah, but she knows there's an afterlife of hell and torture.
Yeah, that's one thing I never really understood about it, was even the people who don't deserve to go to hell in this, did they just go to hell?
Yeah, because they messed with the box.
Yeah, but the dad doesn't mess with the box in the first one.
Yeah, but he's
in the same house as somebody who did.
He's just he's an accidental victim.
Casualty of messing.
Box war. Yeah, so they go, and Kyle goes wandering around the doctor's house while Kirsty just peruses the study.
Again, I'm going to say idiots.
Stupid.
They're in the house for about 2 seconds, and Kyle goes, right, so you wait here and I'll go upstairs.
I'll head upstairs. And he reaches for a doorknob for like 5 minutes. It's going like this just for like 5 minutes. And then Julia goes, all right, Chuck.
Yeah, don't open that just now. It's very scary, so don't scream, okay? In you go.
Yeah, and he doesn't scream. He just looks around going, oh, Jesus.
You're a very brave boy. Come to mother.
Yes. I was like, what the fuck? Is he his mother?
Yeah.
Is she his mother? Yeah, so the room is full of ladies that they've been skinning for Julia's skin.
She needs her skin. Anyway.
She's got it, mostly.
Chomp. She gives him a nice little snog and sticks her hand into the back of his head. Yep. There you go.
And that fills her back piece. She has a back piece of slime that hasn't been filled, and yeah.
No, it was nice for him to provide some skin.
That was very nice, actually. Yeah, so Kirsty comes up after she takes the little photograph of the soldier from the scrapbook. It's important to remember that.
She remembers that, maybe I shouldn't be by myself and we should go as a pair. It's much safer.
Yeah. Kirsty comes in and she goes, not again. And there's like a kazoo sound. Not really.
Yeah, she gets bitch slapped about 4 seconds later. Julia walks up behind her, goes, "Aha, it's yourself, is it?" Boink.
Yeah, but then that's totally made me think. Okay, this entire movie is just scene after scene of just ideas with no sort of connection.
This is where she bonks her on the head. Yeah,
because then she falls down, and then Dr. Channard comes and goes, "Oh, now it's my turn," and drags in Tiffany. It's like a stage play where everybody just comes in one after the other.
It's your cue. Get in.
Get in quickly. We don't have a lot of a budget here.
Yeah. Anyway, Tiffany breaks out the puzzle. Starts going doo-doo-doo-doo.
Exploding room is good.
Yeah.
All the things explode when she solves the puzzle.
Smashy, smash, smash.
Cenobites come. Yeah, first sign of Pinhead, apart from the
he leaves
exposition.
Tiffany alone. He's like, I'm not interested in her. Only people with desire may enter, or some such shit.
Exactly. He says that's not the hands that call us, but desire.
Yeah. No.
And then he just turns around and goes away.
Off you go.
So just quite nice of him. He could just go, all right.
Chuck her in the pile there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he, every now and then he does something sound.
Yeah, I like Pinhead. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's people messing around with the puzzles. He doesn't want to come back and
I think he kind of does.
Eviscerate them. Does he?
Yeah.
He doesn't come across like that in this Hellraiser 2.
He says words that would suggest he does, but then he doesn't really act on it that hard.
It's almost like he's got like this sort of relationship with Kirsty where he's going, I love you. No, not really. But
I'll run after you a bit and chase you just for the crack, but I won't kill you.
but even when they meet later on, it's like I don't feel any tension here.
No, there's never any danger.
No.
The fact that he gives her all the time in the world to produce a picture.
Yes.
I'm going to kill you.
I'm going to reach into my pocket here.
None of your shenanigans. Don't do what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you information. Now don't be at it. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then.
No, there's 2 times he goes wait, and it's in this scene where Tiffany solves a puzzle, and the lady Cenobites going, all right, let's start, and he's going wait. Oh. It's not the hand, it's a call, but desire. And later on, he goes wait. He likes saying wait.
He likes people to wait for him.
Kirsty and Tiffany, I think I read in IMDb trivia, their names are mentioned more times than Jack and whatever the female character name is in Titanic.
Oh wow!
So it's one of the, they say their names a lot. Basically, was what I'm trying to say.
They bloody well do.
Tiffany. And then other people say Kirsty because Tiffany doesn't talk
until very later on.
Did you notice that this movie has terrible overdubbing of footsteps?
I did this time.
It's even at the end when the movers are walking on wooden floors in the house. It's concrete footsteps.
Tunk, tunk. Yeah.
Really bad footstep sound effects.
Yeah.
So anyway, they all leave and they leave the doors to hell open. And so Kirsty wakes up, goes in. Tiffany goes in. Doctor and Julia go in. So everybody's running around in an MC Escher labyrinth of
very
hell.
much so. And it harkens back to the picture on the wall of Kirsty's
Tiffany's
bedroom.
Tiffany's bedroom.
Yeah. So a little bit of a nod to it there. I actually appreciate that.
I'm sure Escher's estate are going, Jesus Christ.
What the hell's happening here?
Yeah. There's lots of wandering around in hell, and
Tiffany goes into some weird carnival place with some guy juggling eyes.
See, that's it exactly. There's lots of scenes where it's just separate.
But she's not really freaked out by it. It's just
no, she's not.
It's like, this is a really shit carnival.
Yeah, it's really
shit carnival. What did I pay in for this?
Yeah, Tiffany and Julia meet. The Doctor has flashbacks of himself being a dick when he sees the Leviathan.
Yeah, well, being a dick could be a very tame way of putting it. Drilling into people, yeah.
Drilling, and there's a quick like flashback where he's got a cat skinned as a kid or something.
Yeah, just to show he's a psychopath.
He's an idiot. Yeah, but that's okay because Julia feeds his soul into a cupboard.
Yeah, the Cenobite manufacturing cupboard.
Yeah,
he gets cheese wired on his face and
cheese wired on his face, and then slowly lowers into the ground. Nice scene.
Just like Arnie.
Yeah. So Kirsty runs into Tiffany for the first time. And
there's a part of that was really badly produced and should have been cut from the movie. She leans against the wall. I think it's Kirsty does. She leans against the wall, and the stone wall bends.
I saw that.
They don't normally do that.
That's when Frank pushes it against her when she goes into his dad.
Oh, that's the second time the stone wall bends.
Okay.
So the scene or the set design were a bit cheap.
Yeah. You can say, because it's now we can watch it. I think my resolution was 1080, so I could see. I don't think there's a 4K Hellraiser 2 just yet.
I don't think it should be seen in 4K.
No, all the gaffer tape will be shown. But yes, they're running, trying to escape, but Kirsty's going, I see my dad's house, I want to go in. And Tiffany's going,
don't do that, you idiot.
She's not talking yet, though.
Yeah, but you get what she means. It's obvious, not a good thing. Don't go in there.
But she does. And
it looks nothing like the house inside, but she still keeps walking around inside it.
It's full of writhing corpse ladies, which is just another nod to... That's a good idea. Let's chuck that in.
Yeah, completely. It makes no sense. It
actually does make sense, though. It's because what Frank says. Frank says when she's talking...
tease me.
Exactly. They're here to tease me. I can't do anything about it. Because Kirsty lifts up one of the sheets and the lady disappears. So he's getting teased by all these writhing ladies.
So his
you
idea
can't
of
do anything
hell
about it.
is
Exactly.
not being able to get some.
Exactly.
Well, okay, that's not the worst hell ever.
Well, yeah. We could
Yeah.
down
Being
a
skinned
path
alive over
there.
and over again would be much worse, I assume.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
But
these sheets are powerful, I tell you.
The sheets are powerful.
When she throws one on the candle.
Yeah.
Whole place explodes.
It's a very quick scene where it just ends. It could be a lot more full of tension, but
she's like, oh my god, he's going to hurt me. Oh, I'll pretend I'm going to
snog my uncle.
Yeah, and she walks over to the sheet, throws it at a candle. Obviously, sheet plus candle equals inferno.
Yeah,
instant
very
inferno.
Quickly.
Yeah, and his skin falls off.
Yes. Doesn't matter. It's just a scene.
It is definitely a scene where stuff happened.
It's just a scene playing another scene within a scene.
It's weird. Like, this scene is stupid as all hell, but I'm not hating it.
I don't hate any of the scenes.
Yeah, like some of them are very daft, and I'm like,
don't.
Okay.
But I'm definitely not giving it over 3.5 or anything. But I did not hate the movie.
Oh no, I didn't hate it at all. Yeah, I think that's the point of these movies.
Yeah, but it's fun. And there's a lot of imagination behind the torture and the monsters. And anybody that makes the Cenobites needs a good round of applause.
I think 90% of the work went into making the Cenobites. The crew, the Pinhead crew. And that's all you need in a movie.
Yeah. Anyway, Julia pops in and brings Tiffany to the party and then rips Frank's heart out.
Yeah. I guess he had that coming.
Tiffany and Kirsty leg it. Then some sort of big wind thing happens and
her skin falls off.
I know. Another scene after another scene.
I love it. It doesn't take much for people's skin to fall off of this. Oh, my skin. Oh, not again.
And she's holding on to this thing and we're going, all right, what the fuck? This thing is obviously important.
Reformed cube.
Yeah. And so the girls basically skin Julia by hanging on to her when the wind pushes her back, her little sinewy red body.
Makes perfect sense.
So that skin is on the ground.
Yes, like a jacket. And that's important for later.
Yeah. So now we see that the doctor resurrects himself as a Cenobite. He comes out of the closet and this little suction monster comes on.
He's like, this isn't so bad.
He goes, oh shit.
That's actually pretty bad.
Yeah. And so the girls make it back to the psych ward, and then the doctor smashes in through a window like a puppet on a string.
Hey, doctor's in. Hey.
Doctor's in. Everything he says, it's a carry-on movie.
It's so
innuendo.
Cheesy.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's great. It's like Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man. He's
only
got these...
with one thing, and it's holding onto his head. And always got things coming out of his hands.
He's got things coming out of his hand with swords.
It reminded me of Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer sketch.
Yes. It's very homemade horror.
Ooh.
Little knives coming out of
fingers.
Tentacles. Yeah. So the Cenobites come along. They run away from the doctor when he comes in. The doctor's calling and he starts eviscerating all his patients. And they go into a room, and that's where all the Cenobites come in. All right, hello lads.
Yeah, we're
time to play.
We're gonna eat you now, effectively.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say to us?
You got plenty of
before
time.
We kill you?
Yeah. Oh, a photograph. Let's have a look at that. You were human. Was I?
No.
Was I? Oh, crap.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Hello, doctor's here.
Smash. But I thought it was, listen, I'm not going to dissect the script a lot, but it's like Pinhead goes, I remember, and then the woman Cenobite's going, shit, I think I do too. She doesn't say that, but she kind of looks around going,
holy crap.
I was a lady before I wanted to kill souls.
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Anyway, Dr. Channard just fucks them all over.
Yeah, they fight him for a little bit, but they're...
Not really, though. Well, they try to chain him up. That's their only move they can do.
Yeah, actually, that's only Pinhead. Everybody else just sort of stands around going...
Stands around. Chattering their teeth, yeah.
You can do more than chatter your teeth, buddy, can you?
I don't think so. I think they can just
and the girl with the tracheotomy, she just looks at her knives and goes, I could use them.
Yeah. But then, the doctor just takes them all out.
Oh, easily.
Ba-dong, 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 ba-dong.
He rips them to pieces. And they all turn to humans. And
they all turn to humans. Chatterer is like a teenage boy.
Yeah, that's not great.
And the tracheotomy lady is quite a nice looking lady.
The doctor zaps Pinhead with magic eyeballs or something.
Yeah.
And turns it back into a human.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, that's weird. Slice.
But he looks over at Kirsty before he leaves and just smiles. Thanks for making me remember, kid.
You got this.
See you in the trequel.
Which they do.
Do they? Yeah.
They do.
I hope they're friends.
Yeah, you couldn't have a Hellraiser movie without Pinhead, and she's in it as well, so.
Yeah. So, it's... They run then, and they're like going, we need to get back in and find that little puzzle thingy. So they run back into Labyrinth Hell, and
they've got the spiky jobby, and they go up to the
spiky
Leviathan
thingy
and go, "Oi, puzzle Rubik's."
Way. Then Kirsty runs away though. I can go, oh, where the fuck's she going?
Yeah.
Then Julia turns up in her skin, going, "All right, lads," and makes out with the doctor, because the doctor at this point is just trying to kill.
Yeah,
trying to kill Tiffany. And Tiffany's like dropping the fucking box every 5 seconds.
Finish the bloody Rubik's Cube.
Just finished it. So as they're snogging, she takes the time to finish the Rubik's Cube, and the Leviathan is going nuts because it doesn't want to be solved.
And then I'm not sure what happens to the doctor, but he gets his...
Not a clue.
He gets his finger knives stuck in the ground.
Stuck, yeah.
And then his head rips off. I have no reason why that would have that effect.
That's just the writer going, I want his head to fall off at some point or be ripped off by the tentacle thing, by the suction cup. So I just need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
It has to be at the end of the movie.
I think they were trying to imply that he was trying to pull his tentacles back in, but that was yoinking on his head or something.
He's like a toilet plunger on his head. It's like...
Yeah. I kind of like it.
Yeah, so like it's for some reason I thought they could have done that better. Like,
anyway,
it was
his head's
weird.
Off.
Head off.
Head off. And then I'm confused as to what happens next.
No, I'll tell you what happens because I must be an idiot, but I was just like, okay, Kirsty's gone. Julia, is Kirsty dressed in Julia's skin?
That's right, sir. Yeah. And it, like, what? Yeah,
she saw it in the heat of the moment.
Doctor to distract him so that Tiffany could finish the Rubik's Cube.
In the meantime, Tiffany's, after the doctor gets his head off, Tiffany's hanging off the ledge into the infinity of MC Escher. Trust me.
She says in Julia's voice.
Yeah.
Impressive. And the fact that she had time to put on the Julia suit, or she had the stomach to do it. She's a tough lady.
Kirsty's a good protagonist. She's a good hero.
Yeah. And everybody goes mental because the Leviathan is not happy about being solved. Which Rubik's Cube would be.
No, exactly. If they were
sentient
living entities, sentient.
We never find out.
Yeah, that's just weird.
I don't want a plunger on my head.
You'll take the plunger. You'll be happy with it. But yeah, they run out and there's little balls of blue shit following them, but it doesn't really matter.
No.
You know it's not going to hit them.
No, of course.
It's not like Indiana Jones and the ball rolling after them. There's no tension. They're just running.
Yeah.
And you know they're going to make the doors. The doors are closing slowly.
Because they noticed another movie with them.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's over, and obviously then they walk out of the psych hospital.
But is it over?
There's always something. So
always something.
They're the moving people are in at the doctor's house, and
wait, what's everything's boxed up. I love this. Everything's boxed up, but upstairs there's a room full of a mattress and blood everywhere.
Yeah. And of course, the mover's like going, "What the fuck's this raspberry jam?
This stuff here. This seems like a smart thing to do. What's this? Oh,
Schlonk." I love the way though when the other mover comes in, his legs are just hanging out of the mattress.
It's fantastic. I absolutely adore it. It's just ridiculous. They've obviously dug into the ground a little bit so he can do that. Yeah. So it looks great. I love it.
Yeah, it's like Tom Hanks in the House movie we watched.
Only better.
Where he's stuck in the mattress. He's stuck in the
Only better.
Yeah.
And then a pillar for some reason comes up with a bunch of pinhead people on it.
Yeah, it's just like weird skeletons and a baby
A
sewing its
lad
mouth shut.
goes, "What is your pleasure, sir?"
That's the first line we hear in the movie. What's your pleasure, sir?
Boom.
I'm guessing it's from the first movie.
No idea. No chance.
You only watched a 2-hour synopsis by some Hellraiser nerd on YouTube.
No, I've watched it 2 hours. No, I watched half an hour condensed full history of the Pinhead universe.
No offense, Pinhead fans, if you're listening. You're not nerds.
No,
I can.
Don't get us
I can,
wrong. I kind of enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, I like the characters a lot. Is it clever?
No.
No.
Not clever at all.
Has it got a good plot?
No.
No.
Is the music good? No. Is the acting good? No.
No. Why do we like it? No.
It's weird that we would like a movie that is, by definition, rubbish. But I enjoyed it.
So like I'm pretty much going to probably put 2.5 on everything and then put production at 2.75
Just because
I think the production is very innovative and creative with the torturous devices. Like I can't give anything less for the plot or anything more for the plot.
I'm in that same boat. I don't want to mark it down because I enjoyed the ride. It's stupid. And I think I like it for that reason. It reminds me a little bit of the Evil Dead movies.
Yes.
Ridiculously stupid. Not scary.
Yes. No.
Kind of funny. This isn't nearly as funny as the Evil Dead. It's not as good as Evil Dead.
No.
But similar taste.
It's not as no, I'm just trying to think the definition of cool. Like the Evil Dead, when you think about it, is a cool movie.
Yeah, it is.
Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. Maybe it's the difference in the sort of lead actor sort of dynamics. Like obviously,
I think that's a big thing because he is awesome.
Yeah.
The guy playing Ash, Bruce Campbell.
But I think if Pinhead had more airtime in Hellraiser 2 here, I think
he has screen presence. He needs to be on it more.
Yeah. Does
Kirsty's
he have more?
Fine and all, but
yeah, she's a good hero.
Yeah.
Tiffany, obviously, by not speaking, we don't really get to know her. All she does is like dolefully stare at the camera and stare at things, and you feel sorry for her and stuff. And you see flashbacks of her life where the doctor has abused her, and her mother is somehow probably dead or something.
Yeah, I think she's dead.
Yeah. So I'm giving 2.5 for everything, then production 2.75. What do you do?
I haven't marked anything down. I like the production a lot, but the bendy walls kind of annoyed me, so I'll give it 2.75 as well. I was going to give it 3, but now we're talking about it, and I said the bendy walls, and it happened twice.
You don't like bendy walls?
Don't like bendy walls, and I don't like footsteps, as you mentioned earlier. So
I've brought you over to my side with the
you
footsteps.
have a bit. I'm knocking down a little bit more than I was going to. But yeah, I think that's right. I'm going to copy you exactly.
I think it's fair.
It is. Don't get me wrong. Enjoyed my time.
Yes. Like it was a entertaining average movie.
It doesn't change the genre. It doesn't move the industry on at all. It doesn't change the dial. But it's a good hour and a half.
Yeah, I appreciated the timing of it. Anything more, and you'd be looking at your watch.
Yeah. There's no time for filler in a movie like this.
There is no filler in this movie, as we said. Scene after scene of just ideas of torture and evil. Basically.
Lots of Pinhead. More Pinhead. That's my only complaint. More Pinhead.
I think Hellraiser 3 probably has more Pinhead, does it? I'm guessing because the fans loved Pinhead from movie 1.
Yeah, I've seen Hellraiser 3, I think. I can't remember. I do remember him being in it more, but that could be just because all I remember about it is Pinhead.
I tell you what, Roger Ebert hated it. He gave it 12.
Ooh, that's harsh.
He said Hellbound Hellraiser 2 is some kind of avant-garde film strip in which there is no beginning, no middle, and no end, but simply a series of gruesome images that can be watched in any order. Hey, he's similar to me. Good minds think alike.
But it's not that gruesome.
No. But he probably reviewed it in 88, so
yeah.
We have a lot more gruesomeness since then, more so in real life, I guess, from looking at internet movies.
Don't do that.
Christopher Monfett and IGN gave it 70. Hellbound is gorier, larger, and more accessible than the first. It rehashes the original at the outset so people can grasp it, whether or not they'd seen the first, and as a result, is an easier film to enjoy.
And that was kind of similar, I guess, to Evil Dead 1 and 2, because it
True.
absolutely gives you the full story straight away. So
Actually, Chris Willem in Los Angeles Times calls it campier than the first, and you kind of said it was campier as well, didn't you?
yeah, absolutely.
Campy, sorry. Yeah. Well, there's many things how to end this podcast episode we could relate to this movie. We could shove it into a red bloody mattress and eat its face off.
Its head or something, yeah. Face on.
Cheese wire its head.
There's a million things we could do here.
Yeah, exactly. It's way too many things, and I knew it wasn't going to work. So, therefore, that's why it sucked.
Yeah.
So let's just forget it ever happened. Not the movie or this episode, but our analogies that end in this episode. Okay. If you've made it this far, today is June 17th. Next week will be our last episode before we take a break for July, where we will rebrand this podcast and most likely rebrand it to It Was a Movie podcast.
It was a movie.
We think it's a good naming convention for us. It's kind of passive aggressive. It's sort of, or just passive. It was a movie.
Passive, yeah.
If it's a shit movie, it was a movie. If it's a good movie, it was a movie.
It was a movie, man.
Yeah, and we think it's a little less cumbersome and inaccessible than 15K plus random
Easier to
reviews.
explain.
Easier to explain. It was a movie.
Yeah,
and there you go. So we'll probably mention it at the start of our next episode, just so people actually know it's us when they see a new logo and everything like that come August, the first week of August. So let's roll the dice and see what our last movie will be in the guise of 15K plus random movie reviews. And it's Random Movie 2019,
Ooh.
which is Annihilation from 2018.
Oh, I have seen that.
I have not seen it, but I've heard good things about him. Lena played. It is 1 hour and 55 minutes, which is fine. Lena, Natalie Portman, a biologist and former soldier, joined the mission to uncover what happened to her husband inside Area X, a sinister and mysterious phenomenon that is expanding across the American coastline. Once inside, the expedition discovers a world of mutated landscape and creatures as dangerous as it is beautiful. There's more, but I'm going to stop right there.
Not a comedy.
No. Directed by Alex Garland, who's actually he's pretty popular nowadays. He's doing 28 Years Later, writer and producer of that. He's done Warfare, he's done Civil War, he's done Ex Machina.
Yeah, he does visually striking movies, and this is a visually striking movie.
And he wrote Sunshine, a previous episode.
This guy's got chops.
He's got chops. And of course, we have Natalie Portman. It's always good to see her. Jennifer Jason Leigh, Benedict Wong.
He's always
Street
awesome.
Countdown. It's a lot like normal Countdown. Oscar Isaac. Good. I look forward to this because it's been on my radar and I just I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's worth to watch. Absolutely.
Cool. Okay. We will see you then for episode 117, our last episode of the summer before we stop listening to podcasts and get outside and enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Try.